Former US Ambassador Dennis Richardson has raised serious concerns about a campaign allegedly orchestrated by certain presenters at Sky News Australia. These unnamed individuals are accused of attempting to undermine Kevin Rudd, the former Australian Prime Minister and current Australian Ambassador to the United States. Richardson believes the goal of this effort is to jeopardize Rudd's diplomatic role and ultimately remove him from his position in Washington. Speaking with The Guardian Australia, Richardson emphasized the deliberate nature of the campaign, questioning its intent and potential consequences. Richardson's criticism targeted specific hosts within Sky News Australia, a network under the News Corp umbrella. He suggested that these presenters were attempting to influence who represents Australia abroad, an act he described as inappropriate and damaging. Clearly, what is unfolding here is an effort to make Rudd's life untenable, Richardson stated. He added that the situation seemed to be more about creating a story than reporting one, highlighting a deliberate effort to destabilize Rudd's role. The controversy has roots in Rudd's past remarks about former US President Donald Trump, whom he once referred to as a village idiot and not a leading intellectual force. While some have suggested these comments may have caused issues, Richardson dismissed such claims, asserting that they had not led to irreparable damage. He urged the Australian government to stand firm and not withdraw Rudd from his post, stating, "It simply creates a challenge. Who's going to blink? How would the Australian government look if Kevin Rudd were taken out of Washington tomorrow? We would look like the most second-rate country going." Richardson pointed out that Rudd was far from the only prominent figure to have criticized Trump. Even Trump's own allies, such as Vice President-elect J.D. Vance and incoming Secretary of State Marco Rubio, have made disparaging remarks. He questioned why the media seemed fixated solely on Rudd's comments, suggesting that this pointed to an orchestrated effort. Are we going to allow certain presenters on Sky News to determine who is the Australian ambassador to Washington, or are we going to say we know what Rudd has said in the past, just as we know what others have said? Richardson asked. He also called on the broader Australian media to expose and challenge this agenda. Adding weight to Richardson's claims, former Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull criticised News Corp and some segments of the media for what he described as a targeted campaign against Rudd. Turnbull linked this hostility to Rudd's advocacy for a royal commission into the Murdoch media empire, which has faced scrutiny for its influence and practices. The situation has also drawn comments from opposition leader Peter Dutton, who called Rudd's appointment a captain's call by Prime Minister Anthony Albanese. Dutton questioned how Albanese might handle the controversy, noting that if Rudd were removed, it could create further complications, especially given past remarks made by Foreign Minister Penny Wong and Albanese himself about Trump. Despite the controversy, acting Prime Minister Richard Marles defended Rudd's contributions, particularly his efforts in securing bipartisan support in the US Congress for the AUKUS submarine deal. Marles emphasized that Rudd has worked effectively across the political spectrum in Washington, stating, "I've got no doubt that Kevin will ably represent Australia when we see the swearing-in of the next Trump administration." A spokesperson for Sky News Australia declined to comment on the allegations. Meanwhile, the issue continues to garner widespread attention, raising questions about the role of media influence in shaping public diplomacy. Thank you for watching Aussie Pulse. For more news updates and in-depth coverage, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell. Stay informed, stay engaged.